Good night. Welcome. In today's program, we will talk about the peace process in Colombia. Remember that Colombia suffered a 50 years war. In this war, the FARC guerrilla participated after 4 years of talks in Olson and Havana. A peace agreement was signed in 2016. We have invited three experts who will inform you about the implementation of the peace agreement after 4 years of signing. First, we will listen to the expert in actors of the armed conflict, who will tell you about the participation of the former FARC group. We received Dave Morillo. Good night, Dave.
Good night, Vivian.
To start, tell us a little about the FARC.
The Revolutionary Armed Force of Colombia, People's Army, was an insurgent and far-left guerrilla organization in Colombia, founded and active from 1964 to 2016 when demobilized by the Peace Accords, making the total delivery of weapons on June 27, 2017, a process that the ONU certified. After this, in the month of August 2017, former FARC members make up the Alternative Revolutionary Common Force.
What were the agreements reached by the FARC with the Colombian government?
Okay, in addition to the demobilization and return to civilian life of nearly 13,000 combatants, the agreement promoted the creation of a comprehensive system of truth, justice, reparation, and guarantees of non-repetition, and opened the door for republic policies to be oriented to the territories that historically has have been most excluded from the state after through the territorial approach development programs, among of others.
Let's move to a political sphere. Who is the FARC's participation in the Colombia government?
Although in the 2018 election, they obtained a little more than 85,000 votes between the Senate and the House of Representatives. It was thanks to the peace agreements between the guerrillas and the Colombia government that they were guaranteed, fixed for 8 years, 5 seats in the seats on the Congress of the Republic. That is, 5 in the House of Representatives and 5 in the Senate.
On the other hand, do you believe that the sufficient security warrants have been provided to the FARC after having signed the peace accord?
Creating security conditions and throughout the territory is a basic requirement for the integral execution of the agreement. The existence of illegal economies, the growth of the so-called FARC dissidents and threat, and the murder of almost 90 social leaders in 2019. 23 were killed in different regions in December, and about 77 former guerrillas have shown the deterioration of security levels, mainly in the rural areas of the country.
What is your opinion on the consolidation of transitional justice following the events that occurred by Marquez, Santrich, and El Paisa?
The work of the Special Jurisdiction for Peace, GAP, has been marred by the cases of Mar Santrich and Paisa. Thus, one of its main challenges is to demonstrate that the work it has done since its creation way more than the lack of will of some ex-combatants. According to official figures, so far 12,234 people have been summoned to the GAP. of which 79.4% are from the FARC, 19.9% from the public force, and 0.4% from state agents.
Do you want to say something to the end this interview?
Although it has been a difficult and ups and downs path, this process must continue, and 2020 will be a fundamental year for the implementation of the agreement and its validate within the national agenda.
Thanks for your participation, Dave.
Thank you, Vivian.
Now we will talk to Alejandra Torres, the expert in victims of the armed conflict, who will tell you about the intervention of the Colombian victims in the peace agreement. Good night, Alejandra.
Good night, Vivian. Appoint the regret to the right of the victims of the armed conflict based on four axes was agreed at the Havana table. Justice through reparation and guarantee of non-repetition.
How does the FARC repay the victims of the armed conflict?
There are various mechanics ranging from public acts of forgiveness until guerrillas participate in demining and rebuilding infrastructure. It also contemplates a return plan for population deprived of the land and psychological care plans.
When does the government intervene in repairing the victims of the conflict?
The state must assume reparation when those who cause the damage individually do not have resources.
How does the state address the return of the displaced?
Generate collective programs to ensure the return and recollection of displaced persons, implements measures for land restitution with technical and financial support for the construction of projects that generate income.
How many people have been victims of the conflict?
In absolute figures, we speak of 9,484,108 people, of which 8,100,748 have been victims of forced displacement, although the numbers is huge as large the total population of Austria.
Thanks for your participation, Alejandra.
Thanks, Vivian.
Finally, we will receive Andrés Baquero, expert in special justice for peace, who will tell you about the implementation of this system. Good night, Andrés.
Good night, Vivian. It is the final agreement for the ending the conflict and is the statutes composed of the real integral system.
Okay. How is the GP composed?
It is composed of a government body, the presidency, the peace court, and the investigation and accusation unit.
How long is the GP expected to work in Colombia?
The GP will initial work for a period of 15 years with the possibility of extending 5 more years.
What is the difference between GP and ordinary justice?
Ordinary justice is permanent and now all common crimes. The JAP administered justice temporarily, and now the behaviors directly and indirectly they related to the armed conflict.
What kind of sanctions does the GP impose?
On sanctions repair activities, all terminates sanction, the privation of liberty for acceptance of charges. An ordinary sentence, the privation of liberty for not asked to charges.
Okay, thanks for your participation, Andres.
Thanks, Vivian. Goodbye.
With conclusion, as we close see, the historic peace agreement includes many sectors of society, and although its implementation has had multiple obstacles, it remains the hope for the end of the conflict that the Colombian population has suffered. Thank you for the program in today. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye, Vivian.